starting with the laws of chemical combination. So during any chemical reaction, which laws are followed are the laws of chemical combination. During the chemical reaction, during the combination of various reactants to give the products, what are the laws followed? So that we are going to talk about laws of chemical combination. First law is law of conservation of mass. Now what is this law states? According to this law, during any physical change, matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. Or you can say whatever is the mass of reactants we are taking, same should be the mass of the products obtained. So that is law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. That is, during any change, it may be a physical change or it may be a chemical change. During any physical or chemical change, the mass of the reactants should be equal to the mass of products. This is law of conservation of mass. During any chemical change or during any physical change, mass will remain constant. It can neither be created nor be destroyed. Now the second law which we are starting with, that is law of definite proportion. Law of definite proportion or law of constant composition, the another name for this, constant composition. So what this law states, according to this law, any pure compound is made up of same elements always. Like we are taking an example, say we are talking about pure water. Pure water, this is always made up of two elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen. So pure compound will always be made up of the same elements. Like here I took an example of water, and in water it will always be made up of hydrogen and oxygen, but with a fixed proportion by mass of the two reactants. So if we see the proportion by mass of hydrogen and oxygen here in this example, it is going to be 2:16, or you may say it is 1:8. So whether we take pure water from tap, or we are taking pure water from a pond, or wherever it is, if we are talking about the pure water, it is always made up of the same elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, and that will always be in a fixed proportion by mass. So that is why it is called as law of definite proportion, and because it is always made up of the same elements, that is why we call it as constant composition. So what is this law of definite proportion or constant composition states? According to this law, a pure compound is always made up of same elements. Combined together in the fixed ratio by mass. We can have another example also, like say I am talking about carbon dioxide. Whether this carbon dioxide we are talking about we obtained as a process of breathing, that is during exhalation, or we got it by the combustion of coal like this, or we got it by a decomposition of calcium carbonate, whatever it is. If we are talking about carbon dioxide, so carbon dioxide will always be made up of carbon and oxygen, and that is in the fixed proportion by mass. So what is the proportion by mass of carbon and oxygen here? If we see, carbon is 12 and oxygen is 32. So what is the ratio exactly here? It is going to be 3:8. So this is the proportion by mass, and this will remain fixed everywhere if we are talking about carbon dioxide. So this is all about law of definite proportion. Now the next we are starting with law of multiple proportion. Law of multiple proportion. What this law states, according to law of multiple proportion, let's take one example. If whenever two elements combine together, say we are talking about hydrogen and oxygen. So whenever two elements combine together to give two or more than two compounds, like hydrogen and oxygen combining together to give water, and they combine together to give hydrogen peroxide. Both are made up of hydrogen and oxygen only. Now the mass of one element which combined with the fixed mass of another element will bear a simple whole number ratio. What does it mean? It's like here you can observe that in case of H2O and H2O2, in both the compounds mass of hydrogen it's not changing. Mass of hydrogen here also 2, and in the other example also it is 2. So mass of hydrogen is fixed. And what about the mass of oxygen? Mass of oxygen will bear a simple whole number ratio. So we can see here that the ratio possessed by, or the proportion of the mass of oxygen in both the compounds is 16:32, or you may say it is 1:2. So this is law of multiple proportion. So what this law states, according to law of multiple proportion, whenever two elements combine together to give two or more than two compounds, mass of one element combined with the fixed mass of another element will bear a simple whole number ratio. This is law of multiple proportion. Let's take another example. Say we are talking about carbon and oxygen. These are two elements, carbon and oxygen. The two elements carbon and oxygen combine together to give two compounds. One is carbon monoxide, another is carbon dioxide. Now if we see the mass of carbon in both the elements, it is fixed, that is 12 here and 12 here. So this is the fixed mass. Now what about oxygen? Oxygen's mass in carbon monoxide is 16, while mass of oxygen in carbon dioxide is 32. So here we can well observe what is the ratio between the mass of oxygen in carbon monoxide and the mass of oxygen in carbon dioxide. It is 16:32, or you may say the simple ratio is 1:2. So that is what is the law states. According to this law, whenever two elements combine together to give two or more than two compounds, then mass of one element which combined with the fixed mass of another element will be a simple whole number ratio. This is what is the law of multiple proportion. Let's take another example. Say we are talking about nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen and oxygen combine together to give two or more than two compounds, like say it is giving N2O, it is giving NO, it is giving N2O3, it is giving N2O4, and it is giving N2O5. Now here if we see mass of nitrogen everywhere in all these compounds, mass of nitrogen in all these compounds is 28, here it is 14, here it is again 28, 28 and 28. And what about mass of oxygen? Mass of oxygen here is 16, here again 16, here it is 48, and here it is 64, here it is 80. So if we say to keep the mass of nitrogen same, that if we multiply this compound by 2, then mass of nitrogen will become constant, that is 28 everywhere, and mass of oxygen will also become double. So here you can see that mass of nitrogen is same everywhere. In all these compounds, mass of nitrogen is fixed. And what about the mass of oxygen? That bears a simple ratio. You can see that it is 16 is to 32 is to 48 is to 64 is to 80. So it is the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 5. So that is what the law states, that is law of multiple proportion. Now we are starting with the next, that is Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law, what this law states, this law is applicable for the gaseous reactants and products. So first of all, it is applicable for the gaseous reactants and products. Products may not be gaseous, but definitely the combining gases should be, so combining reactants should be the gases. Now here, what this law states, according to this law, under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, or you may say at constant temperature and pressure, so under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, whenever gases combine, they do so in terms of volume, which bear a simple whole number ratio. With each other and also with the gaseous product. With the product, if that is a gas. So this is what the Gay-Lussac's law. Now let's take an example. Say for example, we have H2 gas combining with Cl2 gas, and the product obtained, that is HCl, is again a gas. Now if we balance the reaction, it will become 2HCl here. Now say one molecule corresponds to one volume, so we take it as one volume, this is again one volume, and this will become 2 volume. So here you can see that the volume, or you can say the gaseous reactants volume, bear a simple ratio, simple whole number ratio. What is the ratio? That is 1:1. And it bears a simple whole number ratio with the product also, if that is a gas. So it bears a simple whole number ratio with the product also, that is 1:1:2. So that is how we are getting the ratio between the volumes of the gaseous reactants and products. Similarly, we can take another example. Say it is N2 gas combining with H2 gas to give NH3 gas. Say this is one of the reaction taking place. Here if we will balance the reaction, it will become 3 here, it will become 2 here. Now again, if we take one molecule corresponding to one volume, right? So it is one volume here, here it is 3 volume, here it is 2 volumes. So we can well observe that the volumes are bearing a simple whole number ratio. What is this ratio here? It is 1:3:2. So that is how we are getting a simple whole number ratio. Now the next we are moving to the another law, that is Avogadro's law. Now what is this Avogadro's law? What does it state? Avogadro's law. According to this law, equal volume of all gases contain equal number of molecules. But what is the condition for it? Contain equal number of molecules at, or you can say under similar conditions of temperature and pressure. Under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, or we may say at constant temperature and pressure, equal volume of all gases contain equal number of molecules. Whether you take 1 liter of hydrogen or you take 1 liter of oxygen, if both are taken at the same temperature and pressure, will be containing the same number of molecules. And if we talk about the volume of 1 mole of a gas, volume of 1 mole of a gas at NTP, what is that volume come out to be? Whatever the gas it is, whether it is hydrogen gas or nitrogen gas or oxygen gas, but if we are taking it at NTP, what is this NTP? NTP stands for normal temperature and pressure. What is the value of this normal temperature and pressure? It is 273 Kelvin, or you can say 0 degree centigrade, and pressure is what? Pressure is 1 bar. So at this 1 mole of any gas will be having volume that is 22.4 liters when at NTP. What is NTP? Normal temperature and pressure. What is that value? That is 0 degree centigrade and 1 bar pressure. So under these conditions, 1 mole of any gas will be having volume that is 22.4 liters, and that is why this volume is called as molar volume. This volume is called as molar volume. Why is it called as molar volume? Because it is the volume possessed by 1 mole of any gas. So this finishes the law of chemical combination. Thank you.